Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn about computers, what they are made of, how they work and how we communicate with them. They will help you understand the basic concept behind every computer, whether it's a laptop, desktop or even your smartphone. In this session, you will learn the block diagram of a computer which shows its basic parts, how memory is organized inside the computer, the principle of abstraction which help us to hide complex details, the language hierarchy show how computer languages are organized, what high-level languages are and why they are useful. Here, the block diagram of a computer is very huge, but I made it simple for the better understanding. A computer has four main parts: input unit, CPU, memory unit, and output unit. Here, the input unit, this takes data from us, devices like keyboard, mouse, scanner, and microphone. And central processing unit is the CPU. This is the brain of a computer, it processes all the data. Memory unit, this stores the data either temporarily or permanently. We'll discuss about the memory unit in the further slides. And output unit, it shows the result to us. Devices like monitor, printer and speaker or output device, these all are the output devices. Like if we give some input through the keyboard to the monitor, like it shows what we have typed in the keyboard in the monitor. Here monitor acts as an output unit and we are typing through the keyboard. So keyboard acts as an input unit. Here, CPU mainly contains four blocks like control unit, ALU, clock, and registers. Control unit handles all the processes which are running in it, and ALU is an arithmetical logical unit which handles the logical operations like AND, OR, XOR. Clock which shows the time, and registers are the small blocks like it stores the data in it. Let's look more closely at the input and output devices. Input devices help us to send the data to the computer through keyboard, mouse, microphone, scanner. Keyboard used to type words and numbers, and mouse is used to click or move things on the screen. Microphone is used to record our voice, and scanner copies the physical documents in the computer. And output devices help the computer give result back to us. Like examples are monitor, printer, speakers, and projector. Monitor shows us the pictures, videos, text, whatever we type in the keyboard, and printer gives us the paper copy of a file or a picture. Speakers play the sound and the projector displays the computer screen on a big wall or a board. I'm giving the information on the slide so you can easily take the screenshot and store in your mobile and you can see whenever you want. Computers use two main types of memory. One is primary memory and second one is secondary memory. Primary memory is very fast but temporary. It works only when the computer is on, and secondary memory stores the data permanently. It is slower than the primary memory but can store the more data. Let's take a real-time example like our mobile phone. If we are using an application in our mobile phone and our phone gets off, if we charge our phone and will open the phone, the application won't be in the previous tab. But if we take a picture in our phone before our phone gets off, it will be stored in our gallery. So here it comes under the secondary memory. But in previous case, we are using an application and our phone gets off and it won't be in the previous tab. Here it comes under the primary memory. Memory hierarchy. Here in this diagram, memory is arranged in the levels from fast to slow. Magnetic tape is used in the olden days, but it is very slow. To overcome this, optical disc and the magnetic disc are coming to the light, and we use it to store videos and photos in this disc, and we have used this kind of disc in our olden days. Main memory, we have already seen the main memory like RAM and ROM, and they are used to store current programs and the data in the main memory. And cache memory is a very fast memory near the CPU, stores the frequently used data. And the registers. Registers are the very fastest memory inside the CPU, but they are very small in size. The small blocks in the CPU are called the registers, and they are used to store the data in the CPU. Principle of abstraction. Abstraction means hiding the complicated details and showing only what we need. Let's take a real-time example. For the better understanding, let's take a TV remote. When you press a button on your TV remote and the channel changes, you don't need to know how the remote talks to the TV and how the TV works inside. You just see the results. That's the abstraction. In computer, abstraction helps us to build the systems that are easier to use and understand. Language hierarchy. Here, computers don't understand the human language directly, so we use different types of the computer languages. Mainly, we have three levels of language: low-level language, assembly-level language, and high-level language. Here, the machine language and hardware comes under the low-level language, and these two comes under the high-level language. Though, so the low level language is made up of zeros and ones and it is very hard to understand for a human. Assembly level language uses the short codes like add or mov, easier than machine code but still hard. High level languages uses the normal words like print, if, while. Example, our Python language, C, Java, this uses the high level language. High level languages are easy to learn and use. They are converted into the machine language by compilers or interpreters so the computer can understand them. Compiler and interpreter both helps us to convert the high level language to the machine level language. But what is the difference between the compiler and interpreter? Here compiler compiles the whole code in a one go. Like it runs all the statements of a program completely and it gives the error. But in interpreter it runs the every line individually and it if you have any error in one line it shows there itself, so it won't run all the lines of the code at a time. If it runs one line and it has an error, it shows there and it goes to the next statement. That's all about the day one of the Python learning series. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.